Welcome to the driver's seat. Back in 2002, Infiniti launched the G35 Coupe, and it really set the segment on fire. In fact, for the next 3 years, 03 to 05, it actually outsold BMW. They haven't had that magic since. A few years later, they launched the G37, and it just kind of left a lot of those buyers looking for more. Now we have the all-new Q60 Sport Coupe, and this thing is very impressive. All new powertrains, and they just might lead the segment again. In the US, coupes account for less than 5% of all sales. At the end of the day, nobody really needs a coupe, but they get it because they're passionate and they want something that's very personal to them. You know, for the entry price of around $39,000 of a 2-liter Q60, you can get a crossover, but some people have to have a coupe. And there are many design cues that set it apart from all other vehicles. Up front, you have a performance-oriented double arch grille, which is becoming the face of the brand. This headlight, Infiniti refers to as a headlight with human expression. I just think it looks great during the day, even better at nighttime. Everything about the front end and the rear end is really designed to make you feel like you're in a sporty luxury car. There are 3 powertrain options on the Q60. The base engine is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing 208 horsepower. And then you have a pair of 3-liter twin-turbo V6 engines. One produces 300 horsepower, the other 400. You'll note that they are denoted by the silver S or the red S. That's the one we're driving today. All are mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission, available in standard rear-wheel drive or optional all-wheel drive. By comparison to the outgoing G37, the Q60 is lower, wider, and longer. I really like what they've done here in the middle. It's very chiseled, it's very athletic, and that's what they were going for. But it's this rear 3/4 angle that, in my opinion, is the most flattering. I love the skinny taillights, and I think it has a lot of BMW 6 Series in it, making it look like a much more expensive vehicle, not a $60,000, maybe an $80,000 or $90,000 luxury coupe. So we've had a full day with our G60S Red Sport, and I gotta tell you, these canyon roads are no match for this vehicle. Very impressive. Everything I didn't like about the G37 Coupe, I love about the Q60. The acceleration's great, the engine, transmission, torque, chassis, everything works well together. You have a couple of technologies that are worth mentioning: direct adaptive steering and dynamic digital suspension. Both of these have been put to the test, or options on this vehicle, and well worth it. All the vehicles in this segment have similar technologies, but you know, I think Infiniti has really put a lot of thought and effort into it. So you have several driving modes, including Sport and Sport Plus. You also have a custom option, and we've tried them all. Really notice the difference depending on which setting you're in. Overall, I think they've done a great job with this vehicle as far as the driving portion of it. The seats are pretty good, not the best in the segment, but very strong. Again, an improvement over the outgoing seats. What I don't like is this instrument panel, and also this attempt at these driving performance screens. There are 3 of them. They make no sense to me. It's almost like they just tried to add some gimmicks to make this car more appealing. They don't need gimmicks. They nailed it. They went back to their roots and figured out why the G35 was so popular, and they have updated that into this Q60. I'm really impressed with what they've done. Starting price, as mentioned, for the rear-wheel drive 2-liter turbo is around $39,000. Our test vehicle is right at around $60,000, but that's just the price of admission today in this segment. Unfortunately, manual transmission is not an option on this vehicle. Infiniti tells us the take rate would just be too low, so you can't get it. You can complain about it all you want, and certainly this car would be a little more fun, a little more engaging with a proper 6-speed manual, but we're not going to get it. Maybe down the road they might make an exception. So what's the bottom line on the Infiniti Q60s? I think they have a real winner on their hands. They went back to the drawing board. They went back and looked at the G35 that was such a success and tried to figure out what elements made that have so much demand in the marketplace. I don't know if they're going to beat BMW again like they did in 2003, but they certainly have a vehicle that could compete, if not beat it, on performance and on price. I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Driver's Seat.